Welcome to modern, unified and integrated data analytics platform. In this workflow, we'll be focusing on automating the initiation of Python on-demand jobs within a pipeline using the job trigger component. First, we need to configure the job trigger component within the pipeline. Begin by specifying the name of the Python on-demand job you want to trigger. This is done in the meta information section of the job trigger component. Once configured, the job trigger component will utilize the in-event data it receives. This data will be passed as the payload to the Python job when it's triggered, ensuring that the job runs with the necessary input. The job trigger component automates the process, allowing Python on-demand jobs to be seamlessly initiated within the pipeline. This leads to efficient job execution and streamlined operations. Let's get started the live demo of BDB Platform. Our journey begins at the login page. Here, you'll input your credentials to access the platform. Enter your username and password, then click the Sign button to proceed. Once logged in, we'll navigate to the home page of the platform. The BDB Platform's home screen is the central hub where users effortlessly access their assigned files, reports, and dashboards. It's the starting point for easy navigation and quick access to your content. We'll create a pipeline designed to trigger the Python on-demand job we set up in Workflow 4. Select Data Pipeline plugin from the app menu. Create pipeline. In the data pipeline, find the Create New Pipeline icon, usually represented by a plus. Click on it to start the pipeline creation process. Provide appropriate pipeline name, description, and resource allocation type. Users will be prompted to provide a suitable name and description for their data pipeline. This information allows for easy identification and organization of their work, and select suitable resource allocation, high, medium, or low end, based on data velocity and volume, and clicks on Save button. Let's add Python component. Drag the Python component from the script component section onto the pipeline canvas. Configure invocation type. Set the invocation type to real-time. Meta information. Move to the Meta Information tab and specify the component name as payload. Data frame selection. Choose data frame from the in-event data frame options. Execution type. Select Custom Script from the Execution Type drop-down. And write script in script session. Def display. Return job trigger. Select Start from the function drop-down. Click Save to finalize the component setup. Add and connect event. Open Event Panel. Click on the Event Panel icon in the toolbar to open it. Add new event. Click the plus icon to add a new event. Rename event. Modify the event name as needed. Add to canvas. Drag and drop the event from the event panel onto the pipeline canvas. Connect event to component. Next, add and configure job trigger component. Drag and drop the job trigger component from the scheduler component palette onto the pipeline canvas. Set invocation type. Select real-time as the invocation type. Configure meta information. Go to the Meta Information tab. From the job drop-down, select Workflow 4. Note: only Python on-demand jobs will be displayed in the drop-down. Save configuration. Click the Save icon to finalize the job trigger component setup. Add and configure event. Open Event Panel. Click on the Event Panel icon in the toolbar to open it. Add new event. Click the plus icon within the Event Panel to add a new event. Rename event. Modify the event name if needed. Add to canvas. Drag and drop the event from the Event Panel onto the pipeline canvas. Connect event to job trigger component. Update and activate the pipeline. Once you have configured and set up your pipeline workflow, it's time to update and activate the pipeline. Follow these steps to proceed. Locate the Update Pipeline icon in the toolbar of your workflow editor. Click on the Update Pipeline icon to initiate the update process. After updating the pipeline, click on the Activate Pipeline button. This will start the execution of the pipeline and initiate the data processing. Once the pipeline is activated, navigate to the Logs section, specifically the Advanced Logs section, to monitor the status of the pipeline execution. Check whether all the pods associated with the pipeline are up and running in the Advanced Logs section. With the pipeline running and the pods up and running, your data processing tasks are now in progress. To view the specific logs for each component, click on the corresponding pod or log entry. The logs will provide detailed information about the execution and any potential errors or issues encountered during the process. Navigate to Job Workflow 4. In the new tab, access the Job Workflow 4. This workflow is set up to be triggered automatically via the pipeline. Observe the job trigger. You should see that Workflow 4 is automatically triggered, thanks to its configuration within the job trigger component of the pipeline. View the job details. Click on Workflow 4 to open its details. Here you can view the progress and status of the job. Check the logs. Navigate to the Logs section to review the detailed execution logs. This will provide insights into how the job was processed. Validate job execution. Ensure that the logs confirm the job has run successfully. Look for confirmation messages or indicators that the job executed without errors. I hope you now feel confident in creating a pipeline and configuring a job that will be triggered seamlessly using the job trigger component. Thank you.